Welcome to this episode of Work the Left Side. There are four of us this week as we are reviewing last Saturday's True Grit Jacobs Ladder show from Left Bank in Leeds. I am joined by Mr. Jebus. Hello, sir. You good?
Yeah, good. Thank you, mate. Thank you for having me on again. Looking forward to to discussing the show. So, yeah, thanks for having me on, mate.
That's always a pleasure, dude. Always a pleasure. Logan is here as well. So he was with me while I went to go watch the show.
Yep.
And obviously, Mr. Ring Announcer, the voice, if you're not listening to commentary, the voice in person of True Grit Wrestling, Mr. Bobby Cash.
Thanks for having me. Like I said before, off air, my voice is very fragile. Seems to be the way after a show.
Dude, I think you just kind of oversold the raffle. It was all the excitement during the raffle. I'm
so annoyed because like the winner is such. It's like the guy who won it, Sam. He's never gonna let it go.
Yeah, that's his moment, man. Let him have it. It's fine. So obviously we was all in attendance. Spoiler alert, I thoroughly enjoyed the show. If you wait until the end of the episode to see if it was any good, you don't have to watch anymore. It was awesome. If you want to know why it was awesome, keep watching. Just down by it. Mr. Jebus, you enjoy it?
Yeah, loved it, mate. Really, really enjoyable. As we said before on the show, always loved the True Grit shows. Like not just for the wrestling, but just the overall vibe of the shows as well. I said like the wrestling's really good, the people are really good, the venue is amazing. I love this venue so much. Just aesthetically looks really, really good. But just the overall vibe is just something that I really love and sort of draws me to True Grit. But yeah, love the show, mate. Top to bottom class show. Really enjoyed it.
Awesome. Logs, you enjoy it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, since I started going a few months back or whenever we first started, I've looked forward to every single show since. Even to the point where, obviously, as I told you, I've booked us already for next one. So
you've already
13th of January. So
that's music to my ears. You're paying my wages by doing that.
You're welcome. And all I can say is you'll be surprised because it's not what you thought.
It's good, man. It's good because that's my Christmas present sorted. My dude's already got me True Grit tickets ready for January, so happy times. And that means more money for me to spend on the raffle because I'm not about it.
I told you, I don't know how many times I need to tell people this is a shoot, right? If you buy me food at the show, I will rig the raffle.
Note to self for January.
What, loads of people buy your food? What are you just going to do? Sort of like hip dip it? Who wins then?
Oh, my fucking internet's going. Oh, I'm back. Sorry, internet's decided to have a moment.
I was just asking, like, if say, I don't know, 5-10 people all bought your food, how would you decide who won? Would it be who bought you the tastiest food?
It would be whoever brought me the food that made me sick because I ate too much food. They can just win. You tip me over the edge.
So obviously, man, this match was hyped, or this show was hyped before. Even more matches got announced. They announced straight away ladder match, tag team titles, Misery Business, Crash Boat, Jet Marshall and Leon Slater. I was talking to JC after that announcement, and he sort of said, they sold more tickets within the first couple of weeks than they've ever sold, for a True Grit show. So I think just the appeal of that ladder match alone pulled in a lot of people. It was busy. I know, they sold out and they had to allocate a few more standing space tickets. So good on them. The more people that went, hopefully means more people next time. Because I know a few people I know when this was their first show, and I don't think they would have gone away disappointed. Because it started with a banger. Obviously we talked about it earlier, Mark. It was the tag team match, but with the championship stipulation.
Yeah, tag team match to start off with. Brady Phillips and Ivy versus Rio and Inserico. Can we do spoilers on this show? I assume we can. We can give away the results, can't we?
Well, they should have bought a ticket and short. They should have bought a ticket.
Yeah, no, go for it, dude. That's fine.
Yeah, so Brady and Ivy ended up winning. Really love this match. Really entertaining tag team opening contest. These four are so good together. But yeah, really enjoyed this one. I read on Twitter yesterday, I think Ivy injured herself, not on this show, but on the I think on the BWR show after this, because I know a few of the wrestlers after the True Grit show had to go travel to Cleethorpes for the BWR show shortly afterwards, and I think Ivy picked up a concussion, I believe, which rules her out for the rest of the year, for what I read on a social media, which is just a
bit of behind the scenes scar. If you like, I sent her a message yesterday because I thought she'd done it because I've misread my timeline in a way. I thought she'd gone to A&E straight from True Grit, so I said, "Oh, I missed this. When did you do that?" And then she told me that it was the other show. But it's a shame. It really is a shame that she's gonna have to, obviously, she's got to sit out for a few weeks. But it's probably for the best rather than risk anything bad.
Yeah, exactly. With a concussion, do you just let it rest and come back?
Yeah.
Exactly.
But yeah, I love this match. Really enjoyed it. Good to see to Brady and Ivy getting the win, but a good way to start the show. Very solid and very exciting. So yeah, good one, this one.
Yeah, first match of the night, heel victory. I know that's generally, you don't see it all that often. It's kind of it's a bit of a smart booking move just to kind of get people on being like, oh, okay, so what to expect for the rest of the night. I think I said it to you, Logan, or it might be Nash. Brady Phillips, man, he's he just looks the business. He looks the part. Within the next year or two, the dude's going to be absolutely main eventing it in numerous places for me.
No, 100% agree. Like, the guy is, like I said, yeah, he's top notch. He's really good for his age, and he's definitely going to be going places.
There's Tainsworth, you've seen him a few times, haven't you?
Yeah, seen him a few times. I'm surprised he's not got more opportunities in other companies, really. Like Progress or Rev Pro haven't sort of have picked him up and sort of ran with him, because he's he always delivers. He looks the part, he talks the part. He's the whole package, really. Fantastic wrestler, as I said. Fantastic talker as well. Just got that presence and that aura about him. So yeah, I'm surprised other promotions haven't really given him the opportunity that he clearly deserves, in my opinion. But yeah, every time I've seen him this year, he's really impressed me. So yeah, just a fantastic wrestler who deserves more opportunities, in my opinion.
Oh, so he must be doing something right. As you sort of said, Ivy and Brady won the match, which by stipulation means Phillips gets a title shot. So we have Inserico versus Phillips on a 1-to-1 to look forward to at some point.
I really like the way that the match was booked. Like, not the match as it was happening, but the leading up to it, because it's so easy to just have someone come out. Those who were at the York show, you were at that one, weren't you, Mark?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah.
And then Brady came out after the show and confronted Inserico, saying he wants to be next. He wants the next title match. 99% of people would just have announced Inserico versus Brady. There it is. But no, they're smart about it. It's like, he can't just. You have to earn it. You have to earn it, and underhanded tactics, however you want to call it. But he did, and now he's legitimately earned a title match, which is why True Grit is booked so well, because it's not just a case of, oh, here you go. No, make him earn it. And yeah, that's I like that. I like that.
No, I agree. I think it's clever. It plants the seeds. It's always just nice to have storylines mingled in, and just having it's all about the chase. Normally, it's normally the face chasing, or just any storyline around the title. I think is required. I've loved the trials of True Grit for Inserico when he's fought like Sam Gradwell, Mason, but they've just been like one-off matches. This is the first time recently since the comeback that we've had a sort of a storyline for the title.
Yeah, I mean, I think what people forget is that Inserico has been the champion since before COVID. He's been the champion for, there was a big gap, and then they've come back now. But they're doing the trials of Inserico, which is them challenging Inserico to have these different matches with all these different people. But they've been chosen to face Inserico as opposed to what Brady wants to do, and he wants to wrestle Inserico. They've reached out to his opponents to face him, but Brady wants the title match. So, well, you have to earn it. We've invited these people to come and wrestle Inserico as a test for a title match, yes, but Brady's you've got to earn it, because he is part of the roster, I would say, as opposed to like Sam Gradwell. Would be great to have him back because he's great, but like Sam, Mason,
Rampage.
Rampage, I wouldn't necessarily, as of now, class them as like regular roster members. So like it's like a special attraction match. Brady is, so he has to earn it.
Yes, perfect. Yeah, perfectly explained. So I'm personally looking forward to that. After what Mark said previously, I know he's obviously looking forward to it. Logs, you up for a Brady Phillips versus Inserico match?
Oh yeah, definitely. Like I said, after watching that match, I actually liked the way they worked, obviously together. So it'd be nice to see where it is just them two actually bouncing off each other and seeing what sort of stuff they can pull off. Give it an opportunity.
I agree. So obviously to follow this match up, we had the women's four-way, the total clash of styles. Every person involved was unique in their own way. And so obviously we had Helen Campbell, Lana Austin, Commander Sterling, and ZZ. Gentlemen, what do you think?
I work there, so you guys go.
I loved it. Yes, really, really enjoyable fatal four-way match. I am a big fan of ZZ. I think for what is she, like 19, 20 years old or something?
It's sick.
I know, it makes me feel very very sick. But yeah, just so talented for such a young age. And just seems to get better and better with every match as well. Just seems to constantly improve all the time. So I think next year in 2024 is going to be a real sort of breakout year for ZZ, like sort of sky's the limit kind of cliche for her, because she's just so talented for such a young age. But yeah, really, really enjoyed this match, and good to see ZZ pick up the victory as well. Will she challenge for the women's championship? Hopefully she will off the back of this. But yeah, just a really, really entertaining, very hard hitting contest as well. Always good to see Lana, Helen Charlotte Campbell and Sterling as well. But yeah, really entertaining match, this one. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought it kind of covered all the bases really well. I sort of said it was hard hitting. There was comedy bits in there. The Lana's and Sterling's interactions. Campbell is just a force, she's hard hitting, and yeah, ZZ is as well. I just thought, it just worked really well across the board for me. And yeah, man, ZZ has got that. I think Vince McMahon called it the airport effect, where if you saw somebody, you double take, and because they look like a star. I think in the wrestling terms, it's just because of her height and everything. ZZ looks the business. You'd look at her and be like, okay, yeah, she looks like a professional wrestler kind of thing, in a good way.
I'm a big fan. Yeah, I've been a big. I'd never seen or heard of ZZ before. Her working at True Grit. I'm trying to rack my brain when I saw her first. It might have been the TV tapings that I did in January. I can't remember. I'll apologise for that. But she's gonna be a megastar. I don't care how hyperbolic that sounds. You know, you can say whatever you want to say, but I think if anyone from WWE or AEW, anyone from America, anyone looks at her for like 10 seconds and sees what she can do, she's gone.
Yep.
Because the thing is, as well, is that she's good. She's obviously still fresh. She's still raw. She's still got a lot of still got a ways to go to like really own a craft. But she's already this good at this age, and it's kind of a. I'm gonna try and say this in like the non-controversial way, so bear with me. She's a big girl, but she's tall. She's not like some other girls that we've seen that are like that would be classed in that category of being like a big girl. But I think that's what's really impressive about her, is that she is nimble and she can fly around the ring, but she's a lot taller than a lot of the other girls, and I think the sky's the limit for her. I really do.
That's what I said about the airport thing. You look at her because of her height and everything. You're just like, yeah, she looks like she's a star. You know, by comparison, you know, like I don't know, a Rhea Ripley, you know, in her early years, kind of thing.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
Folks, do you enjoy this one?
No, yeah, I enjoyed this one. Yet again, I'm gonna have to join the rest of you and jump on that ZZ flip, like the bandwagon, because, like I said, I actually really like her. She's ridiculously good for her age, as everyone's just said. And the fact that she's 6 foot, like 19, and being a female as well, that's not common in the slightest.
I say she just stands, you know,
She stands above everyone else. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, she's what, 6? She's taller than me, and I'm not very tall. She's what, 6 foot, and she could still be getting taller, like just a little bit. I mean, I don't know I've not heard her cut too many like promos or anything like that. So, you know, if she gets that sorted as well, then there's really no stopping her. I hope.
So yeah, as Mark said earlier as well, ZZ got the win. So it's nice to see True Grit. I ran a poll beforehand, and the audience everybody who voted was very much torn between Lana and ZZ as to who was going to win this match. And love Lana, she's awesome, but she's established. She's Progress Women's Champion. You know, she's a star. I was happy for ZZ to get the win on this one, because I think True Grit can really build and just make her a force kind of thing. So I think she just needs to get win after win after win. So I think it was a smart choice to have her win this match.
It's going to be interesting actually how the women's division is going to shape up, because if you remember, Natalie Sykes is owed a title match. She was supposed to wrestle Ivy in York, but Ivy was I think she'd got a knock or something, so she couldn't make it. So you got Natalie Sykes is in the hunt. It wasn't technically a number one contenders match on Saturday, but it goes a long way. So Ivy's gonna have to watch her back a bit. She's got that match against Natalie Sykes at some point down the line, and then she's got ZZ to deal with, I'm sure, and obviously Rio's not going to go away quietly following their match either.
No, exactly. So you know, that's 3 very credible challenges for the title. Again, that speaks volumes for the women's division in True Grit. You know, those 3 women that we've just said, you know, are potential challengers. You know, main event in any promotion anywhere.
Yeah.
Right. It was time to duck them up. It's party.
I mean,
Fine duck.
I love NashBoat so much. They're so entertaining. I love them. And trying to sell ducks beforehand, like freaking like £5 for like a signed duck and an in-wing photo. Just I love them. I love them so much. I love this team. Even the build up beforehand, like you know, I didn't like not wanting to team together, but now they are, and I love it. I just love them. They're worth the price of admission alone, just for them to love them.
one moment in this match which was just worth the entire match. Joe is worth, but there's just one moment that's popped me huge. I must have watched on video about 5 or 6 times afterwards. But Logan, I'll tell you about it afterwards. Do you enjoy this one? Obviously, you're a fan of NashBoat. You know,
Yeah.
you want to see NashBoat versus CrashBoat in a moat?
Yes. Yeah, I really like the team. Like I said, I'm obviously new to True Grit, so getting to know them more, and then obviously being pushed onto the other wrestling promotion that some of them work for. It's just, it was just nice to see him again and just actually work together and pull off the win, obviously, with the Ducks.
They lost, dude.
They lost.
Oh yeah, lost too. Never mind.
Yeah. As the day turns to night, NashBoat lost the match.
Again. At some
again.
point.
Again. Do not fear, they'll be back. I'm sure it's coming. It is coming.
I want to see ducks flying in the ring.
Mighty Ducks.
Ducks.
I mean, when you're on the show, as like, you know, I'm trying to be as professional as possible. If you've seen me ring announce enough times, you know. Mark, you've seen me enough times now. I think you kind of get my style. My ring announcing style is we get the points across, we say what we have to say, but we're not robot. I'm not a robot, okay? Like, I'm here to enjoy it as well. Like, I can enjoy it. I get so much flipping joy out of watching NashBoat because I've known Wing Commander Nash for a long time, and I only met Ace Matthews at the start of this year. I never even, because obviously, like I said in my interview with Nick, which is available now on YouTube, I was out, and then when I came back, I didn't know who Ace Matthews was, and I was hooked straight away, like, to his heel persona. It's so stupid, like, it's so great. And then my favorite, I don't know if you've noticed this, but my favorite part of NashBoat, my favorite part of the whole gimmick, the whole thing, is that I believe that Ace Matthews thinks that Nash's first name is Wing. Because he always just goes, Wing! Wing! Every time I hear him say it, it's so funny. And every you strip it back now, every promotion needs a character or a gimmick that just brings people joy regardless of what happens between the ropes, and that's them. And they should be booked in, I would say they should be booked in more places, but I kind of don't want them to be. I want to keep them all for ourselves. Yeah.
Mark, I think you agree with that. You've seen them enough times. I think every promotion should have a Wing Commander Nash or an Ace Matthews, just something that makes you smile.
Exactly, as you said, you put it perfectly. That every promotion should have a team like these two, just a bunch of, I'm going to say, lovable goose sort of thing. Just a good comedy sort of tag team. And what I love about, especially I've seen Ace Matthews a lot this year, and obviously his character work is really, really good. Does all the comedy stuff really, really well. But people sort of overlook how much of a good wrestler he actually is. So, like, because his comedy and his style is so good, his wrestling sometimes gets a bit overlooked. But yeah, just a fantastic wrestler and a fantastic character as well. Kind of the whole package kind of deal. But yeah, just really impressive him. Every time I've seen him this year, always knocks it out of the park. But I do think sometimes his wrestling is a bit overlooked given how strong his character is.
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, I've got to mention another promotion, but he was title champion, for several months kind of thing, and had great matches. And you can't be, a champ and just be an out-and-out comedy personality. Like a comedy company. Ace is, he's Mr. Versatile. I think he would fit into any promotion, and he could play a series of different kind of characters or roles depending on the promotion.
I agree. completely.
Yeah.
Just quick, violence party as well.
Yeah.
BA Rose is getting out there at the minute, and I know it's a True Grit review, but I see him a lot at Rise as well. Mark, I know that you've seen him at Rise, and it's great to see him even branch out even more. Like he's now doing he does the tag stuff, he does the violence stuff, he does the deathmatch stuff, but he's a good wrestler. People remember, and Jack Turner is a hoss, man. He threw like 5 things at me. He comes out in all these gimmicks, right, and he just says, right, stand there, and then just throws them all at me. But you know, and they're a really good they're a good team, because obviously we need to get some teams built up now. We've got the which we'll talk about later, I'm sure, tag division. They're going to be taken seriously.
BA Rose, obviously massive shout out to Turner as well, but obviously BA Rose had that match with Erico in York. So obviously he shows what he can do. Again, very versatile. You know, a lot of these guys can put their hand to a lot of different sort of things and do them all very, very well. But after this, I was going to say, after the the slight comedy element, but when Violence Party were involved, as well. Look back at some of the videos, man. Nash took some whacks on the head from Turner. There was like a few bits where he was just getting clobbed on the head. You could hear him, and it was physically like, ooh. But it was the bit when he hulked up that popped me, and he was just like, boom. He was punching Turner. Then he psyched himself up, and he just fell backwards. Dude, I was howling.
Wrestling is so easy.
It was just the timing, man. That was just like absolutely perfect. But yeah, after this, we had my first ever strap match. First time I've ever seen a strap match. And Nathan Black versus Lou Nixon. Yeah, Mr. Jebus, did you enjoy the strap match? Is it your first one, or have you seen any before?
I've not, no. Well, not live anyway. Seen them on on TV and whatnot, but never seen a strap match live. I've really enjoyed this one. I tend to, when I see strap matches on TV, I'm not typically a massive fan, because I think sort of like the strap can have limitations on what the wrestlers can do. But I actually really enjoyed this one, because I think even though I said I'm not particularly a massive fan of strap matches, it didn't limit the two wrestlers. They still put on a very, very good, very entertaining match. I loved all the brawling around the ring. Nathan Black is as a character alone is something to something to behold. Is obviously incredibly funny and a really good wrestler as well, to be fair. But yeah, really, really enjoyed this one. I think they played up to the crowd really well. Some of the strikes for the strap as well were incredibly vicious. Like they sounded like made your skin crawl. Some of the lashings they got. But yeah, really, really enjoyed this one. Good to see Lou Nixon pick up the wing. I loved the ending as well, with Nathan Black kind of praying like, no, don't do it, don't touch the last turnbuckle. Then Lou just kicked him in the head and then just touched the fourth one. But yeah, really, really enjoyed it, and I'm quite surprised, because typically not a big fan of strap matches, but I really enjoyed this one.
I think it's a massive shout out to both guys, because I think they worked the match very, very well. Yeah, it was a strap match, but like you said, it didn't limit them. They still managed to do a lot of very cool stuff, very cool spots. Brutality was just like when that strap hit, it was just like, geez, echoed. I remember that was because of the left bank, the aesthetics in there. But when that a few times that leather strap hit, it just freaking echoed around the building. It was just like, oh, you sick man. So, Logan, you enjoy it? Your first strap match?
Really enjoyed it. Like I said, yeah, it's the first strap match I've seen in person, and the fact to have them like a few feet away from me, out on the edge side of the ring, and I'm like, this is getting really close. What am I supposed to do?
Nathan Black, do you want some backstage scar?
Ooh, go on then.
It's nothing controversial, but when I got there, they were in the ring, just going through whatever they want to do, and they came up to me and they said, Bobby, just so you know, the strap that we're using is quite old. so it may snap. I was like, oh, great. So what do we do then? And yeah, so the whole match, well, they said that if it didn't happen, so it was fine. But they were saying that if it did, they were just going to do it like they were going to do it anyway. But it's like the whole match, I was kind of sat there like, oh, what am I going to do? And they wanted me to, I don't know if you know, if you could hear me during the match when they were touching the turnbuckles, because like Lee was doing, like the referee Lee was like doing it all like this, and I said I'm gonna have to say it just so, because you see it on TV and they've got lights, and all that kind of stuff, so they touch the turnbuckle and the light comes on and then stuff like that. But if you're not watching the match at a particular moment, you've done something, you've done this or done that. I'm not saying me. What you're trying to say? I'm unprofessional. But yeah, I thought, oh, what can I say? And then I end up saying the most robotic sounding thing. I was like, well, I can't change it now. And then the bell rang in the middle of the match, which was also really hilarious. Like, because the guy who's doing the music, bless him, he was trying to sort out the music for the next match and stuff, and accidentally pressed the wrong button and stuff. But I just thought, ignore that.
Never happened.
Yeah. It was a great match, and one last thing. Again, it's a testament to the promotion itself and the guys in the match that they didn't do. Jebus, let me ask you, how does a strap match end?
They usually tend to have the cliche of the one guy touching and then the other guy touches secretly behind.
And that's why I'm so that they didn't do that, because actually that doesn't make sense. Because if the babyface, let's say, if the babyface is touching the corners and dragging the heel with him, he would know that he's now no longer got a consecutive. Because he would know, because they've got lights. So I'm glad it didn't do that, and it was a very creative way, because it's a very definitive win. A really, really good match. I hate Nathan Black. Get McKayfabe in there. He didn't throw his jacket at me this month, so I'll take that. But he did call me fat again, which is like 18 million shows in a row. So gotta love him, eh?
I don't know if you could see it from your side, Mark, but yeah, there was a bit of an altercation with a couple of fans on my side, which was just kind of like, just mouthing off at him. Obviously, Nathan, being the heel, had to mouth off back. But then you think, referee came over and we got back on with the match. Well, I was just kind of sat there like, it's just plants. There was a couple of guys in the audience just working. Nathan, it's like, no, that was legit. It was actually sort of mouthing off at him. It's like, really? Why?
I tweeted this, actually. I tweeted about this, and not again to like keep pulling the curtain back a little bit, but if a wrestler tells you to move out the way, just move out the way. Like, even whatever you think of the wrestler, whatever you think of the whatever, doesn't matter. Just move out the way, let them do what they're doing, and then go about your business. Like, just I wasn't that annoyed me that at the time, but I won't really say much more about it because you're going into another conversation there.
Well, that's important.
You're right, though, aren't you? Because I was just going to say you're right, because not only it makes yourself look like a bit of a twat, but you also ruin the show for everyone else as well.
Yeah, because they've obviously got a spot planned for that. They've obviously got I know this is not that kind of show, but they've obviously got a spot planned, but then they couldn't do it because Nathan can't, like, physically. He could have if he wanted to, I guess, but he didn't want to, and it just makes him look like a dick. Swearing, sorry, makes him look like a chump, to be honest, and it's unfair because he's in the middle. He's 15 minutes deep into this match, just you're not gaining anything. You're just making the match. You're making the match less good. That's my opinion. And I'm going to drink my Starbucks water.
So obviously we had the intermission. You know, this was the time for the raffle to shine. Everybody go off and do what they want to do.
Let's put over them. By the way, did you have any food? Should have done. Come on, man. Come on, local business.
I was like, it looks good. That's my endorsement. The food looked awesome. I never got to taste it, but it looked and smelled.
Yeah, bit of a. Yeah, I mean, I actually had to sit down in the interval for once. Usually, I'm asked to, especially the York show is a bit different because it's a little bit of a smaller audience and a bit more manageable to do in-ring photos. So they usually ask me to just kind of stick to the side and just make sure people are okay. But I didn't have to this time. They had runners, so it was nice to get a break.
Sit down, chill out. But yeah, intermission, and then we were back. I want to say, Mark, if memory serves me right, did we say that HT Drake versus Priscilla was the first match after the intermission?
It was, yeah, you're correct. HT Drake defeated Priscilla, which was the first match back after the intermission. This was really, really good. A really strong match. HT Drake, I know he's been around quite a while, but just another level of a performer, in my opinion. I love this man. I think he's fantastic in the ring and out the ring. All he does outside of his training facility and inside the ring is just top class. Really enjoyed this one. Good to see Drake picking up the win. But yeah, Priscilla did really well as well. So yeah, really enjoyed this one. But Drake is just different quality. Seen him a number of times this year and always just been so impressed with Drake. So yeah, really, really enjoyed this one and a good way to start the show after the intermission as well.
Yeah, that's it, man. It came back on with a force. But yeah, I second that about Drake. I've seen him like many, many times over many, many years. And the guy is just consistent. And I treat it somewhere that the dude was, is selling like he was possessed by Ziggler. When Priscilla was hitting the European uppercuts, Drake was selling that like he'd just been freaking heart punched or something. It was awesome. Bobby, what are you taking your head out?
I'm shaking my head after the match. You'll remember what.
Oh yeah, I just remembered. Forgot about
that. Sorry. Carry on.
Obviously, I think it's your first time seeing Drake. Was you impressed?
Yeah. Like I said, I think I'm gonna have to join the bandwagon because I really enjoyed him. Like I said, I've seen Priscilla a few times and I've liked what. I don't even know how to say this. How do I say it? Because I don't want to offend the person. Or
I know a person. You can say any of them.
Oh, okay. I've just realised what year we're in. I don't want to say the wrong thing.
She said they is just easiest, I think.
Okay, well, I enjoyed watching they do their thing, and like I said, I've seen them a couple of times at the other shows, and really liked what they did last time, and really enjoyed it again this time, and just to see them they do what they did. Yeah, really all around, really enjoyed the match. Happy with the win.
Brings something, she's obviously the queen of the ring. She's just glamorous. And I've seen Priscilla perform for years. I remember watching her at Also Top in BWA. I've seen him in Dewsbury, TGW, all over the shop. And yeah, they know what they're doing. Very, very good at what they do. And it was the perfect counterfoil. You got HT Drake, this grizzly man who's just very serious, and just the spot with Sandy as well near the end. Just
poor Sandy.
That was it. Oh, man. It was like thinking of Pride Rock with Sim.
Yeet.
So
it was very, I like the match. It was a very clashing styles, not only wrestling styles, but like proper like character and personalities as well. HT Drake is a very, serious, gruff a wrestler, and Priscilla is Priscilla, and I mean, I don't know if they're gonna like the fact that I'm gonna mention their age, but you forget that Priscilla's been around for a long time, but Priscilla's only 34. Like there's still a lot of, there's a lot of energy there, and there's still a lot of years left ahead of them, and they've got a real niche at True Grit. I think they're always going to get that great. They're always going to get a great reaction. One thing I've noticed about our fan base is they do have a lot of not only Priscilla but Sterling as well. They've got a lot of backing, which is nice for them.
Oh, definitely. Helen Campbell as well. It's all...
Yeah. Yeah, and then the match ended, and I can't believe, man. Like, if anyone wants any ring announcer problems, it was so weird because literally the last thing that I said before the microphone stopped working was announcing Drake as the winner, and then he said, "Right, I want the mic." I was like, "Right, yeah, cool, no problem." Gave it to him. Well, I was going to give it to him, and then it was dead. And I was like, "Oh no!" Because the problem is that the audio, the microphone that we use at Left Bank it belongs to Left Bank. It's their PA system. It's not it's not like it's not like True Grits. So the problem that we had was that I'd have had to have got new batteries for the microphone, but I've also would have had to get someone from Left Bank to repair the microphone with the sound system, which would have taken forever. Luckily, there was a backup PA system that someone had brought with them, so they managed to get a microphone started. But the time between the microphone breaking and the microphone working felt like a decade. But it's weird to say, but it was like a great exercise of what to do when the PA doesn't work. Because I think the last Left Bank show, the microphone didn't work at the start of the show. So I had to shout. I shouted the intro for one of the wrestlers, and then they fixed it in between. But I had loads of fun with that in the end, because it was just like, well, everyone be quiet. If you let him say what he wants to say, he'll go away. Yeah, and but yeah, I shared. I haven't been told off about it, which is actually quite nice. I shared a little clip that Rob Parker, who filmed the show, he sent me a DM the other day, and he said, "Here's one for your show reel," which is just me talking to him whilst the microphone starts working again. And the thing is that what I love so much is that I can be a bit silly. I can make stupid jokes that don't land, but they probably laugh just to be nice. But but yeah, I wasn't panicking, which is a real testament to the audience that are at the show, is that they knew that there was a problem with the audio, but they didn't get restless. They didn't kick off. They didn't like come on, that kind of stuff. If that happened at Rise, I'd be screwed. But yeah, that was, for a non-wrestling moment at a wrestling show, that's probably some of the most fun that I've ever had. It's like a stupid 15 minutes of, we have no audio, let's just go with it, see what happens.
And he's using Drake as well, so using somebody that's knows the business and can kind of bounce off if needs be.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't know he was going to cut a promo after the match. To be honest, it wasn't on my show notes, but it was funny because it kind of bled into his character in a way that I think it would have been a perfect scenario for Ivy. If that had happened to her instead, it would have been perfect. But yeah, I just thought I'd talk about that because it's just very funny. Funny for me, anyway.
So after this match, it was, I want to say, the Liam Slater, or was it Sean only?
I've got this match card here. It was
Liam Slater, I think.
Yeah.
Lloyd in the pure. Oh, so it was a return match. One it's from earlier in the year. Kev Lloyd versus Liam Slater. Pure grit rules. 3 5-minute rounds. Thoroughly enjoyed this match. I always love these kind of matches. Mate, I went with Ash, very tall fella. Asking him after the show, favourite match. Expect him to say like the ladder match or NashBoat or something. And he's like, Liam Slater match. Just love those technical sort of, I'm going to bend the shit out of you kind of matches. But yeah,
I have so much respect for like that division, the pure grit division, because with my limited training experience, I can't do all that. Like I have nowhere to go. I don't know what to do. So I always it's the kind of match for me where your hardcore wrestling fans will be really into it, but like your casual fans could be a bit like, I don't know about this. But they've really done, all of them, not just on Saturday, but all of them so far have done a real good job of keeping everyone focused and everyone's attention, and getting the drama in there. So yeah, I mean, my hat's off to them. Yeah, it's good.
Lokes, do you enjoy this style of match? Does it hold your interest?
Oh no, yeah, I really enjoy it. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Liam Slater anyway, so just to watch him do what I'm going to call technical masterclass was very nice. And to just watch him bend and twist someone's body in the way I didn't know it could be twisted was nice.
Definitely. Well, nice for us, not so much for Mr. Lloyd, and not so much for Liam on the receiving end. Mark, obviously, man, you've watched many matches. Is this up your boat? This up your boat? Is this like up your flagpole? Do you salute these kind of matches? Do you enjoy the side?
Do you like it?
Do I like it? It's short form. Yes, I do like it. That's the thing I love about True Grit in general and these shows is like the sense of variety you get on like up and down the match card. Like you'll have like the like pure grit sort of rules with the classic wrestling style. You'll have a bit of comedy with the like NashBoat and like the tag team match, and you'll have a bit of an hardcore element. And on this show, you had like the high flying stuff with the ladder match main event, and that's what I love about these shows. In fact, the wrestling shows in general, in my opinion, if you have variety, it'll make for a much better show. If you have a combination of all those elements, then your show will be so much better. And this particular match itself, really enjoyed it. I've seen Liam Slater many times. Loved his matches with Leon Slater that he's had this year at like North, and he had one at PPW as well. Just a phenomenal wrestler. Kev Lloyd as well. Not seen Kev too much this year, admittedly, on a handful of occasions, but always delivers. So yeah, really love this match, and just adds to the overall variety of the show, in my opinion.
As they say, a good wrestling show should be like a circus show. A little bit of everything for everybody. If you love it all, awesome. If you don't, then hopefully you like more than you dislike. Does it rock your boat? That's what I was trying to say before I thought. Yeah.
Just a quick point on the variety aspect. I've just got the card up here, my notes, and every match is different. You've got a mixed tag, fatal 4-way, comedy tag, strap match, drag queen versus gruff, that kind of that kind of singles match, pure grit rules, and you've got an open challenge and a ladder match as the main event. No two matches there are the same. Nothing is wasted. No time is wasted. Everyone gets to have. There's, in my opinion, in those 8 matches, there's someone's favorite match type is in that list, and that's why it's
But it was.
Get down to a show, man. I won't tell you again.
But it wasn't done in like a cheesy way. It wasn't done like, I don't know, like an Extreme Rules where stipulations are just thrown out for the sake of stipulations kind of thing. They're not doesn't feel like it's pushed down your throat. Each match is different, but it works.
Exactly. Yeah, there's meaning behind each stipulation as well. It's not just, as you said, like stipulations for the sake of stipulations. There's actually there's meaning behind each one. So, and as you said, there's so much variety. You're going to find something you enjoy. There is something for everyone on this particular card. So if you don't like one style of wrestling, you'll enjoy the other style of wrestling. So that's what I love about it. So much variety, and there really is something for everyone.
Next, it was the Sean Only challenge. Mr. Only putting up $5,000 of his hard-earned money to some newbie that thinks they can come get in his face. And so obviously we had a newbie. We had somebody come out, challenge him, and
El Bilzo, the international wonder. That is El Bilzo.
Didn't go as expected for me personally. I didn't see this coming. I enjoyed the match, but I'm just like, oh, okay, that took me by surprise.
I was told by JC, in the week last week, we're going to be doing this. We're pulling back the curtain again. I hate doing it, but it's nothing too bad. We're going to be doing a Mexican mask like gimmick. Someone's going to be under the mask, and it's going to go from there. And I thought, ooh, it gives me a chance to try out my year 9 Spanish. I don't know if anyone noticed that. It was poor, but it was fun.
Gracias, CC.
Yeah, see.
But yeah, Mark, did you enjoy this? Have you seen the Wonder Star before?
I have. I've seen Billy O'Keefe a few times. But
no, is it?
I know, right? Shock horror. But yeah, no, I've seen him a few times, and really, really promising young talent. Just on the cusp of breaking out, in my opinion. Certainly should be getting a lot more opportunities in the weeks and months to come. Really excited by him. Seen him at Tidal and a few other sort of local promotions around the Yorkshire area. But yeah, really excited to see what comes up for him in the next few months. Interested to see what Sean Only is going to do now after the challenges ended. I'd love to see him in sort of like the pure rules sort of match stipulations. That they have, but yeah, really enjoyed this one, and good to see Billy O'Keefe picking up the win, and I hope he gets more opportunities at True Grit as well. Yeah,
I mean, he's got to surely now. He's the guy that ended Sean Only's open challenge. I'm obviously not booking the show or anything, but you'd like to think that the guy who did that to Sean has kind of now been made credible and will have something to do in future shows, kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm looking forward to seeing what Sean Only does. I mean, he likes to call me second rate. So he likes to say every time he gets me the mic back. But it'll be interesting to see what he does next, because yeah, like you say, he's been doing his open challenges and it's finished now. So what's coming up for him next year? I'm looking forward to finding out. Yeah.
Lokes, did you obviously expect this ending? Did you just think it was going to be another, 1, 2, 3 for Mr. Only?
Oh no, like I said, I didn't expect it to end the way it did, because like I said, I like Sean, and I've watched most of his open challenges, and to be honest, I thought that we were going to go for a little while longer than it did, but I'm not disappointed in the way it ended. But
it was
just yeah.
I mean, obviously. Yeah, big things for Mr. O'Keefe. Hopefully, like I sort of said, hopefully they build on this. That's why I just don't want, to vanish. This is the guy that ended Sean Only's open challenges. I just want to I'd like to see the momentum keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly. And also just on Billy O'Keefe, I saw him at the TNA gut check they had a few weeks ago now.
Oh yeah.
And he came top 10 in the TNA gut check, which I think speaks volumes as to how much potential he has. So yeah, I think 2024 will potentially be a bit of a breakout year for him. So excited to see what he does next.
Awesome. And so yeah, this obviously led us into the ladder match, the 3-way tag team match to crown the new TGW tag team champions. Misery Business, NashBoat, Leon Slater, and Jet Marshall. Didn't disappoint. I thoroughly enjoyed this match. My money was on Misery Business. That didn't happen, but I'm not going to besmirch NashBoat. An amazing team, obviously smashing it at various promotions, and I think they'll do the the titles proud. This Mark, did you enjoy this one?
Loved it, mate. Yeah, really good main event. I think one of my favourite True Grit matches I've seen, really. But I've not really seen many ladder matches live now that I think about it. I was at Money in the Bank in July, but on the sort of like British wrestling scene, I don't think I've seen many ladder matches at all now that
I've seen
I think about it.
I've seen one. It was the Models versus the American Wolves at Future Shock. That was about 7 or 8 years ago, but that's the only one I've seen. Yeah, I hung the belts up. That's how I remember it. But yeah, it was. I was really looking forward to this match. I actually asked JC when he sent me because he sends me the notes for the show and the match card and stuff like that in the order, and he sends it to everyone, so every talent gets it, so they know what's going on. I asked him to send me a copy without the winner because I didn't want to know. I was determined to announce that match with the winner naturally, but you end up reading someone else's copy of the show notes by accident, and I managed to find out who won anyway. But it was great for me because I love the NashBoat guys. Like anyway, like I was, wrestlers, they're amazing, but like I love them as people. So I'm glad that they won. The funny thing is, and the thing is that if you knew this, then you'd know. You talked earlier on about how Ivy went to BWR after the show. Well, Leon Slater did the opposite. He was at BWR and then got in the car straight from his match and came straight to the arena. I think he arrived during the Sean Only Open Challenge. So literally the match before his, and put on that performance. And it's all credit, and that's probably why he's going where he's going. It's just I just thought it was incredible. The match itself. I mean,
obviously the last First Pursuit, I think he turned up 5 minutes before his match with Liam Slater there, kind of thing. Same reason BWR. Good job you had the audio issues a bit earlier, man. Otherwise, you might have missed the start of the match.
The extended interval was done on purpose. We kind of got you, but yeah, there was a whole thing.
Thanks, my mate. I was like, hang on a minute, this is a bit long. I mean, they're buying time here. I know what they're doing.
Oh yeah. But we still didn't. The show didn't finish later than it usually does, which is quite nice. But yeah, I was really looking forward to this match all week, all month, and thought it delivered. There was a good amount of high risk stuff, but nothing too stupid where someone's going to get really hurt, and that was great. I don't even know if you noticed, Mark, especially where you were sat. You probably have a better idea, but I think it was Jack Bandicoot and Leon Slater were fighting on the stage, and they did technical wrestling, and Leon Slater did a roll up on the it's like right in front of me, and they were. I shouldn't say that, but I shouldn't say this, but they were laughing at themselves because everyone was watching what was going on in the ring, and they were just like messing about. That's what I love about wrestling so much. Sometimes is that obviously the focus is over there, but we're still in the show. But come on, let's go and have a laugh. It was very funny. It was very good.
Lokes, you have seen another ladder match prior to this that also had Leon Slater in.
Yes.
What behaviour was in that one? Did you enjoy this one?
Oh yeah, I enjoyed this one. I mean, part of me say I enjoyed this one more than I did the last one, just because obviously as I've started to go to True Grit, I've started to get to know their wrestlers more and like to watch them and learn how they work off each other and stuff, which is kind of nice. So yeah, watching that ladder match I always like watching ladder matches anyway, because as sick as it sounds, I like hearing the pop as they bounce off the ladder. It makes a really nice sound.
But yeah, I think it's obviously a bit closer. Like I said, you kind of know the people more. And those, like I say, everybody kind of got the licks in. Everybody had their moments in that match. It was just very, very well put together. Shout out to all the guys for just basically putting on a really, really good match. Personally, like I say, I was rooting for Misery Business because I just would like to see them with a tag team title, because I just think they're an awesome team, and just kind of, I think it would elevate them.
Wife just walked in. Let's embarrass her.
Yeah. Hello. But yeah, Miss Hainsworth, man, you're front row and centre for these matches. You must have nearly come a cropper a few times in this one.
Yeah, but I think Bobby said it really well. There was some crazy elements to it, but nothing overly crazy, nothing too stupid. But yeah, I think there was just right amount of sort of like the high flying and the sort of dangerous spots, but nothing too overly stupid. But yeah, loved it. I said not really seen too many ladder matches in person before, but really, really looking forward to this one in the weeks prior building up, and yeah, really delivered. Happy to see NashBoat win. But I said I have a soft spot for both of the teams, but Misery Business, Alan Kay, greatly underrated in my opinion. I think he's really good. Adds that sort of extra sort of like host sort of element to it as well. But yeah, really enjoyed this one. A fitting main event to top off a really good show.
That's it. Shout out to Jake. I think Jake took the sickest spot in the match when he got power bombed by Leon onto a ladder in the corner.
I hugged him after the show when I was saying bye, and I gave him the whole bro hug with the like pat on the back, and I was like, oh no. Like right on the welt.
Ooh.
Yeah, but it'd be good. Like I say, they've got a really good tag division in True Grit. There's a lot of teams that can give them a good challenge. So, like you say, even on this show, you had
five good tag teams.
Yeah, you had NashBoat. You had you got three men. You got NashBoat. You've got Violence Party. You've got you've even got like the Queens of the Space Age.
Yep.
Who weren't in the match, and they teamed a couple of times. But so that's what I love. The heavyweight division is stacked. The women's division is stacked. The pure grit rules division is stacked, and the tag team division is now stacked. So I just hope that Sash Money Cash is nowhere near any of them.
Well, Sash and Vujic,
there's only room for one Cash at True Grit.
He was just counterfeit, we're just Sash and Cash. That's it. But yeah, as a whole, this match just topped up. It finished the show perfectly. I'm always a big fan of how shows are structured as well, and I think JC got each match in the right order, and it just flowed very, very well.
He did a team meeting before the show started, before the doors opened, just thanking everybody for doing what they do on the socials and everyone being there and what they've done over the course of the year, because obviously this is our last show before the new year. And I just took a minute just to say, I said to him in front of the whole team and just said, don't sell yourself short. Everyone is here because everyone is here because of the way that you run this company, the way that you book the shows, the way that you treat the way that you treat everybody, the way that you don't, because he's even said in a tweet tonight about the next show, he's not been able to book everybody, but he doesn't mean that he doesn't know you. He's not aware of you. It's just not the right time because he books. He was telling me on Saturday night, I think he's booked the whole year. Like next 2024, like obviously a couple of things might change and you're gonna have to chop and change, but I think that's how structured and disciplined he is, that I think he's pretty much set up for. He was telling me something that's going to happen in 2025. That's how much my hat's off to him in a dedication kind of way, and that's what it should be. I mean, you're always going to have room for maneuvering, but yeah, I mean, it's not it's not a cliche or a hyperbole when people say online that it's one of the best run places in the country, because it is. It is. We've seen stories of people who've been to shows and it's just been a disaster and no one knows what's going on. But that's from my perspective, being on shows.
I think it shows. But that shows me, JC's got, he's got the mentality, and he's got the next 12 months planned out. Everything means something because it's leading somewhere.
Yeah. Sorry, I kind of rambled a bit then. Sorry.
But yeah, obviously, like I say, this wraps up True Grit's final show of the year. Obviously, they've put on the socials all the dates for next year. It kind of alternates between Leeds, York, Leeds, York, Leeds, York. I will definitely be at every single Leeds show. I will try and get to some of the York shows, depending on being a dad, if I can.
Kids are overrated, man. Don't worry about it. My wife's due in March. Told her, just make sure you give birth between March the 9th and April or whatever it is, just so I don't have to miss any shows. Do me a solid. And I've already got to as well. So, but yeah, you should come to the York shows. They're a lot. The venue is smaller, obviously, but it's actually more of a theatre based. It's in a high school. The York venue. If you've never been, it's in a high school auditorium. But but you can still get 250 people in there. It gets lively, Mark, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, and the setup's still really nice there. I mean, as you said, I know it's still a school, but the aesthetics are still sort of really, really nice. It looks really like a professional sort of setup when you're there. You don't know you're in a school when you're there.
Yeah, that's a great way of putting it. It's like I thought the production values of the show on Saturday had really stepped up. Actually, they had a lot of extra lighting and stuff like that. It's really, really good. It's really good. You can see the growth as well you can see the growth, which has been really good. Fantastic. Yeah.
It's not just it's like on True Grit socials. To get people in now. They're running the socials, doing the highlight videos. I think the company's it's grown and grown and growing, and that speaks volumes for the quality of the shows that they're putting on. The beginning fans are coming back, which is always key, but I think new fans are coming now as well. As I say, I know of a handful of people that were there on Saturday and it was their first show. And I know they're coming back to the next one now. They were so impressed with what they saw.
Yeah, and just on the admin side of things, being the voice of Yorkshire, if you want to say it. Nick, you were right. They've got a show once a month in 2024, so you don't have to wait 2 or 3 months between shows. If you miss one, you might miss a lot, so you're gonna have to you might have to get in there. They do alternate, so January is Leeds, February is York, March is Leeds, and so on and so on. The Leeds shows, I should just say this for everyone watching, the Leeds shows in May, July and September are on Thursday nights. Okay, so they're on Thursdays, so it's a bit different. A bit of a different night, but I'm hoping that it's not going to really make much of a difference in terms of getting people through the door. I just wanted people just to know that. I'll tweet out the. I'm sure you will as well. Tweet out the dates, so everyone's got them in their calendars. Yeah. But next show, 13th of January, it's a 30-person Rumble show, which is going to be exhausting for me.
Exactly, dude. You're gonna have to sort of like make sure you got the hot lemon, strepsils. Get them both cords fresh, dude.
I remember who everyone is.
Get them to wear football shirts with the name on the back.
I know, yeah. Okay, I'm done shilling now.
It has been a pleasure. I've clocked the time. I want to leave myself enough time to be able to edit this with some little pictures, make it all shiny and nice. So, but yeah, obviously, I think the consensus is, if you all just want to agree with me here, did we all enjoy the show and was it awesome?
Yes.
I'm contractually obliged to say yes.
Yes.
I'm not contractually obliged to say yes, but I will say it anyway. I loved it. True Grit's probably my favourite promotion I've been to this year. Just hands down. Just as I said at the start, just the vibe, the people, the wrestling, the venues, just everything about it. Top class. The way that it's run, as Bobby was saying, just can't say enough good things about it. Just amazing. Get yourself down in 2024. Honestly, you won't regret it.
And I echo everything that Mark's just said, but from a backstage perspective. Wrestlers, man, whatever you want to be on, you want to be getting in there, slide into his DMs and see what you can do,
If he's got space, man, you know what I mean? He's also got 12 months planned
No
out.
ring announcers, though. No ring announcers. I've got that covered.
No, it's taken. I'll get through me before they take that for you, dude. It's fine. I'll be like, oh. One by one, I will let you obviously plug your socials where people can come. Bobby, obviously, if anybody's got ring announcing jobs going, hit this man up. Where can they find Mr. Bobby Cash?
You can find me on Twitter at the Bobby Cash, or you can find me on Instagram at Bobby J Cash. Yeah, you can get me there. I've got no dates left for the rest of the year, but that's not by choice. So my next show is the Rise Rumble on the 5th of January, and then the next show after that is this next one, True Grit, 13th of January. They're both Rumble shows. I'm going to need some sort of medication after this next month.
Logan, you on? I know you're on Twitter. How much you use it, or X, or I think just hit you up in the Work the Left Side group on Facebook.
Yeah, I just stick to the Work the Left Side group on Facebook because I don't really use Twitter that much. Or X. I just use it to follow wrestling socials. So the group chat's probably the best way to contact me if you wanted to.
And obviously, Mr. Wrestling Jebus, if you want to see the highlights for many, many, many shows across the country in normal and slow motion. Where can they find Mr. Jebus?
They can find me just on Wrestling Jebus on Twitter and Instagram. We can follow all my wrestling adventures. 141 shows done so far this year. I'm incredibly tired.
It's just too many now. Sorry.
I am literally your Instagram is one of my favorites. I just love the shows that I don't make it to. Just watching the highlights, dude. Seriously, keep up what you're doing. It's a must see. It's a must see Insta account for me. I try and check it out as often as possible. So, but yes, to everybody watching, thank you for obviously watching this. Thank you for listeners ramble on about a promotion that we all love. And obviously, we'll see you there next year. Make sure you come to a True Grit show. Make sure you say hi to us. And yeah, enjoy. We will see you again very soon. Hit like, hit subscribe, share, do the generic stuff that you do when you watch something on YouTube. And we will see you again very, very soon. Say bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Survivor Series 91's a great show. Bye.